I have a lot of people to thank tonight, but I'm going to limit my list very shortly to my friend Christopher Bell, who's here tonight from New York. He wrote my letter for nomination. Working with Alexandra and Jim over the past couple of months, I'm going to miss those conference calls, calling up, but then that gave me the opportunity to meet some of my fellow winners tonight. And I must tell you, if you think the 6 of us are great, you should have seen the 9 last night. It's just phenomenal. And so I must say that the last person I'd like to thank is a woman I've been with for 47 years who's been in the world of not-for-profit working with handicapped children. And I used to kid her for years about, what's that not-for-profit all about anyhow, working in a profit-making organization. I helped build the Brute fragrance. Many of you perhaps wore it years ago. I worked for Shiseido, I worked for Almay, and I worked for Yves Saint Laurent. And all of those successes, nothing comes close to when these guys walk into my office after spending years upstate, after achieving great jobs. I've got a guy in the cement business. He came out, Mr. G, I want to be a journeyman. How do you spell journeyman? What is a journeyman? He makes now $32 an hour with time and a half. He's making $75,000 a year. He was locked up less than 15 months ago. But he also knows about retention. If you work construction and they break down the job at the end of the job, the crew breaks down. He called me 6 months later. He said, Mr. G, buy me a beer. I got good news. When the crew got put back together again, his crew chief picked him first. So I learned all this at home. I learned it living with a social worker for 47 years who taught me what it takes to go every day and deal with clients. And I can tell you, I would not be standing here today if it wasn't for you, Arlene, because you gave me the inspiration. It wasn't about men being locked up. It was about children. And I cannot tell you how many young men say to me, Mr. G, where were you before I ended up in this place? And then they say to me, do you know where we'd be without you? We could possibly be dead. And they're very serious. So I thank you so much for this award, and it's so great to be in the company of people like Wilson Good and my nominator and other people who are involved with these young men, because I tell you, they are smart. They've been dealt a bad deck, and what they need are people like you and I walking in. And I'll just close with this. Jim Emmerman came to visit me. I threw him right into the breach, right into a classroom. And when those young men heard that there was somebody who had gone to Harvard who was actually taking the time to come speak with them, that was a new experience. That's what they need. They need us to talk to them, not at them. Thank you so much for this award.